All right, I think we're good to go. Truck drivers, welcome back to BRT Live. It is another day, another dollar, people. Um, Let me get a quick introduction in. My name is Hayden from Big Rig Tees Trucking Industry Apparel. We are the most detailed, tricked out truck shirts in the industry, period. And we are in over 150 truck stop locations all across America. Um, I appreciate you guys for coming onto the show. This is BRT Live. It is a show where we ask the hard hitting questions about the trucking industry. I invite truck drivers on to tell their side of the. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. Okay. Yep. Sorry for those technical difficulties. Somebody was giving me a phone call. So, yeah, like I was saying, this is BRT Live, a show where I let truck drivers come on and give their side of the story when it comes to the topic of the day. Um, so, actually, first, I wanted to give you guys a quick tour of our facility here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We print and distribute all of our whole clothing line right here in America, right here in the heart of Oklahoma, Tulsa. Yeah, so let me give you guys a quick shop tour. Let's go. All right, little POV action for everybody. Good afternoon. Hey, Derek, Easter Day. What's up, Joe? Hayden, how are you doing today? How was your weekend? My weekend was good, Joe. We got Marty in the stream. What is going on, everybody? Good to see you. Okay, so yeah, guys, this is our front office right here. We got all kinds of trucking posters, flags, clocks. We got the cat. We got the Mack trucks. Peterbilt clock. Kenworth clock is over here. A little bit of a street view. We're off in a industrial park out here in Tulsa. Got truck drivers driving by every single day. Man, there's just truckers flying by. All right, all right. So we're a smaller company. I know we have a lot on our plates. We have, we're like I said, we're in like 160 locations, but this is all it takes to run that operation. And I will show you guys how that's possible. We have two automatic presses out there that print our T-shirts. And we have a large distribution area where we keep all of our T-shirts. We stock them. We ship them to truck stops. I will show you guys that right now. What's up, Tim? What's up, Lodi Logistics? All right, everybody. Here is the backstage tour. Big Rig Tees. Man, just look at all these T-shirts, guys. This is absolutely crazy. Well, it's actually really uh, normal to me. I see this stuff every day. Oh, check it out. It's one of our racks that this is what you guys are going to see in truck stops. If you guys have ever seen our stuff and bought our shirts at truck stops, I appreciate it. Yeah, man, some of our designs, Low Life, Family Tradition, Think Pink, Swamp Rat, and Snowman, the classic. It's a classic. So, guys, we actually just ordered 100 T-shirt displays. This is only some of the boxes that we had to figure out how to fit in here. Mini shirt can you print in one day? So that's actually we're working on upping that total of how many shirts we can print in a day. Um, if one press were to print, I would say like 1,000 shirts a day. That with the skilled printing team that we have on staff, that would probably only take about 4 to 6 hours, so it wouldn't even take a full day. And we have two presses that can run at the same time, so we could actually print 2,000 shirts a day and not even use up a whole full day of printing. That would give even extra time There we go. All right, we got the video back. Sorry, okay. Are we good, everybody? Everybody all right? Are we back? Cool, cool, cool. Someone needs to talk to me ASAP, but I will talk to them after I do my show. All right, so looks like our presses aren't busy at the moment. I think it might just be about time for them to wrap up for the day because I think they go home at 2 and it is about 1 right now. So yeah, guys, this is a 14 color automatic press. You load the shirts here and they go around 14 different screen spots. And basically what the screens are is, so for example, this is one of our t-shirt screens here. Each screen lets one color come through. So we can do up to 14 colors on a shirt. I can show you guys some of the examples of our artwork here. Let's just pull out a random one, see what we got. Here's Heavy Hauler. Yes, all of this is made right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, everybody, right here in Tulsa. Let's see. Here's Wilkins Truck Show. Man, isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty, everybody? What's up, Blog Hog 2020? Good to see you in here, man. Yeah, guys. So this is it, man. See, we got some racks about to ship out to locations. For the closer ones, we actually have a delivery van that I operate myself. Oh, here's some more of those 100 racks that we got in. We got 1, 2, 3, another pallet over there. Man, we're really trying to push into these stores, guys. We are really trying to push into these truck stops. We want our t-shirts to be as accessible as possible to you truck drivers out there. And hey, man, the way we're going would like to carry big rig tees, or at least you would like them to carry big rig tees, make sure you're going to talk to the people at the counter. Ask them, hey, have you guys ever heard of big rig tees, the most detailed tricked out truck shirts in the industry, period. I know that even if you could just get the phone number and send it over my way, I can share it with my sales team. And if you are actually one of the truck drivers that helps us get into a store, man, I'll send you a free big rig t-shirt. That's just how we're going to do it. We're making a really hard push this year. We got to get into some more locations. We got our fleet of equipment over here. We got our BRT workhorse trailer. We got the show trailer. And then we have the rack runner, our delivery van, where I deliver the t-shirt displays to truck stops, man. Your warehouse is pretty cool. Appreciate that. These days I'll get out there and see this in person. One of these days you'll get out there and see this in person. Tim, we'd love to have you, brother. We'd love to have you. All right, let's get back and oh, that door's closed. Got to go the other way. Gots to go the other way, folks. We got a shed full of a bunch of crap. Don't mind that. It's just hey, if anybody wants to buy these weather guard van racks, I don't know if you could use them like in your garage. They came out of that van, but we rigged it out to haul racks. So we have all these weather guard shelving systems, and I even have a headache rack here. So if you guys want to buy that, yeah, hit me up in an email, brt1live1@gmail.com. I'll give you a good deal. Got some pallets here. All right, guys. All right, let's go get to the hard-hitting issues there in the studio. Who likes this POV? Should I start filming more YouTube videos like this? I'm actually going to be doing like a lot of vlog style stuff coming soon, as in very, very soon, possibly this week, and you guys are going to catch it on the BRT Live YouTube channel. Show off some more of our artwork. We got Low Life, Redneck Girl, Rise and Shine, Back the Blue, Heavy Hauler, Bare Necessities, Bad Attitude, Mother Trucker, Honoring First Responders, Lumberjacked. We got Warrior, hashtag cancel, let's go. Backyard Customs, Snowman, Veteran, Showtime. And then one of our brand new ones, All I Do Is Drive. We got the Johnny Cash cover art, kind of the American flag in the back. This cab over is freaking awesome, man. Let's go. We got the Kenworth on the Family Tradition. POW MIA. We got Think Pink for breast cancer awareness and Flat Out of Hell. That's one of our only flatbreader shirts right there. I think we might need a new one. May have asked you this already. Do you have shirts in the Baltimore truck stop? That is a good question, Derek. I'm not sure about if we're in Baltimore. But so basically, if you guys want to know where to buy our t-shirts, you can go to biggertees.com and click the banner to the side that says Find a BRT shop. And from there, you're going to be able to type in your city or your state or your zip code and see if there's any truck stops that sell our apparel near you. All right, we're heading back. Automatic t-shirt folder. I'll show you guys some of this action right here. We load them up over here. They go through a 3 or 4 step process of folding the shirt. That's step 2. Step 3, folds it in the tri-fold and then puts it in a stack, and that stack lifts up. You'll see in a second. And yeah, man, puts them on a conveyor belt. This is one of the main ways that we can get so many shirts out a day. Is, you know, we used to have just a single folder that would only fold one shirt at a time. So this was definitely an investment. Cool, man. Cool. All right, let's get back to the studio. Do what? Yeah. All right, we are back, everybody. All right, let's get into this. I got a couple things that I want to share with you guys. Let's see here. Make sure all that is good as gold right there, baby. Okay, that'll be perfect. Stay still. Don't fall, camera. We need you. We need you. All right, I like that look. So, guys, the title of this episode is Owner Operator Authority Cost. Do I have any owner operators on the stream that would want to jump in here and kind of explain to me kind of how everything works? So my question this morning, if you guys saw my short video on all the social medias, I was asking, you know, what's the most cost-effective way to be an owner operator? Is it to have your own authority and, you know, be completely responsible for all of your costs, whether that be insurance, parts and service, you know, like fuel, all that stuff? Is it better to just be able to make the most money because you're getting 100% of your load price and take care of all your expenses? Or is it better to lease on and have a company take care, you know, work under a company's authority? Okay, here we are. So, yeah, I'm going to share the stream. I'm going to share the StreamYard link here in the comments. If we have any owner operators in the building, would you please jump on the stream, kind of explain to me how that works, like kind of the different routes you can take being an owner operator. And yeah, let's see if anybody wants to join. And while we're waiting, I have a couple other things that I wanted to show you guys, talk to you guys about. Let's see, here we go. Invite, copy. Cool. All right, guys, I'm pasting it in the comments. So if any owner operators or any truck driver that knows about how if you were an owner operator in the past, maybe now you're a company driver, you guys want to come on, kind of give me the whole spiel about that. You know, most cost-effective way, working under your own authority or leasing onto a company and possibly losing some of the price of your load. So that's what we're interested in today. So, guys, I wanted to show you this. Who won the last live? Oh, I didn't announce a winner. So basically, the last live, I said, you know, the first one, or not the first one, but whoever can send me a video of them saying Big Rig Tees, the most detailed, tricked out truck shirts in the industry, period. The fastest, whoever can say that the fastest would win a free shirt. I might have to announce that later because I think I only got one email, and I don't remember if he said it right. Honestly, if he was the only email, he's probably going to be the winner. I forgot who it was, but you know what? That's okay. You said it fastest. I don't know. I'll check the emails, guys. You might still have a chance. Go send me an email. Maybe you guys could win Friday's live. Who knows? So let's check this out. I wanted to show you guys this. I have a couple things that I wanted to. Oh, this is cool. Let's do this first. Let's do this first, guys. Check this out. Today, if you guys saw my big rig of the day, today was episode 9. I highlighted There, I'll just show you guys the email. So basically, I was highlighting a flatbedder duo of this guy named Nick and this guy named Dom. They have a company out in Pennsylvania, and they're just a flatbed company. They started their company like a year ago. Like they've only been in business a year, and man, they just have this. They have a Peterbilt and a Kenworth that are just workhorses. And I wanted to kind of share this email with you guys, kind of spread some love to the smaller companies out there. So guys, check this out. It says, "Hi, my name is Nick Buffardi on TikTok. I'm the COO of Slam Industries and also Dispatch the Trucks. My best friend Dom Pelegi owns the company, who is a two-time war Marine veteran. Awesome. Thank you for your service, Dom. I appreciate that. Truck number one is a 1999 Peterbilt, 1999 Peterbilt 379 with a cat motor, 18-speed Eaton, 300-inch wheelbase. From Peterbilt. Driver is Cole Rowland. Truck number two is a 2000 Kenworth W900L, 18-speed Eaton, also cat motor. Both have 550 horsepower, 1,800 foot-pounds of torque. Yeah, they both have cat motors. Let's see. We are over the road. This is actually funny. It says over the road flatbread company. So, hey, man, flatbread. I love Subway, but we're talking about trucking. He meant to say flatbed company. Let's see. We're over the road flatbed company. Work out of Schwenksville, Pennsylvania, that travels the United States. Both of our trucks run a 48-foot flatbed. We've been in business for 1 year. We started on the 30th of we started January 13, 2022, and we built an amazing reputation for our company, and continue to thrive and thrive for outstanding reputation in this industry. Everybody in our company loves your page. Keep up the good work. We all love the information. Hope we make it on Big Rig of the Day one day. Nick, thank you so much for the email, man. I really appreciate that. Well, congratulations. You did make Big Rig of the Day. And I just thought that was a cool little story for you guys to share. That's, like I said, that's the purpose of BRT Live, guys. I really want to show off, you show off you day-to-day truckers out there. Not everybody has $100,000, whatever, $200,000 to dump in their truck and, get real big on social media for going to truck shows and stuff. We love those guys. We have a great relationship with a lot of those guys out there. But the main thing is, man, I want to highlight everybody. You truck drivers, in my eyes, are superheroes. Thank you so much for moving America, and I appreciate everything you do. You have given Big Rig Tees the chance to thrive. Without truck drivers, obviously Big Rig Tees would not be a thing. So my heart goes out to you truckers out there. I love you and thank you. So the next thing I wanted to show off, or the next thing I wanted to talk about, is this. It's actually an article. So I wanted to read this to you guys and kind of get your opinion on it. Let's see. It doesn't look like we have any guests so far today. No problem. Hey, if you guys, let's go here. Checking the comments from Friday. What's up, Chris? Hey, Christian Ballard, what's going on, man? Justin says, afternoon, Hayden. Good to see you, Justin. What's up, everybody? Your friendly bulldog is back. Let's go. Appreciate you, Chris. You're the man. Guys, let's check out this article that I found. Okay, so this was really, really interesting to me because, just the title of the article was truck drivers make half, on average, make half of what they did annually back in the 80s. So I'm going to read this article to you guys. Feel free to, jump in the comments, tell me your opinions on it. It says that back in 1980, American truckers earned about $110,000 a year on average. Today, that number is half of that. According to the latest data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, heavy and tractor-trailer truck drivers earned on average $50,340 in 2021. The wage decrease is dizzying, considering how essential the trucking industry is to the U.S. economy and is contributing to making trucking a hard, dangerous job with a high turnover rate. More than more than 70% of U.S. freight by weight was moved by truck in 2021, according to the data from the American Trucking Associations and Trucking Trade Association. Then there's this little quote. Everything in the room that you're in, all of your clothes, is likely that they were some point on a truck being driven by a truck driver. Let's see. Author. That was the author of Data-Driven Truckers Technology and the New Workplace Surveillance. So I thought I'd share that with you guys really quick. So basically, in my opinion, it seems crazy because how in 1980 are truck drivers averaging $110,000 a year? And I have a few ideas on how that was possible. So first of all, there weren't ELDs back in 1980. So do you guys think that it means truckers were just pushing a whole lot more miles per week, per month? Like they were just earning so much more money because they didn't have the restrictions that we do today in ELD and not allowing the road time and having to take these mandatory these mandatory breaks. I think that's one big reason that it was possible. But then you have to think, your head goes straight to, oh my gosh, if we didn't have all these regulations and all these policies that we had to follow, we could make more money. And I do agree. I think that you could make more money if you guys didn't have all those things out there. But maybe do this research on your own time. When truckers were out there pushing so many miles a week or a month, compared to today, was there a lot more accidents back then? Were there a lot more death of truck drivers back then? That's one thing you have to consider. So let me check in on the comments. So, okay, Brian, what's up, man? Hey, Too Tall and his wife, Chrome, is glad to be watching today. Of course, we are on the way to Loretto. Nice. May have to ask Mr. Joe that. Yeah, Joe, are you in here, man? Mr. Joe. Would you want to, is he talking about OO or all drivers? I think that was all drivers. I think that was all truck drivers. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing I was going to say. Probably because most truck drivers back in the 80s were owner-operator, and today there's like the mega carriers exist. Maybe you guys think that was one of the things? Cool. So do we have any guests that we want to join today? Maybe Joe could come on here and talk about how it was back in the 1980s, because I know Joe has been truck driving for 50 years. What it do? What's up, M80? What's going on? All right, guys, I'll give it about 5 more minutes or so. We'll see if anybody wanted to jump on the stream, talk about our topic of today. Whether it be the article we read about how truck drivers today make half of what truck drivers are making in 1980, or if you guys want to come on and talk about owner-operator costs and how if it's better to operate under your own authority, or if it's better to lease on to a company and to, operate under their authority and save money on fuel, insurance, parts and service, and all that kind of stuff. So let's see. Let me catch up on the comments. Let me make sure I read everybody's comments. Let me just shout out everybody in the stream. We got Marty Jones. We got Derek Easterday Sr. We got Log Holler 2020. All right. Oh, Joe's coming in the stream. All right. Let me finish these shout outs. We got Red, which is Red Wines or Red, whatever you want to call him. I need to get it on a first name basis with Mr. Red over here. We have, Derek Easterday. I said that. Tim. We got Joe. We've got Jeremiah. We've got Diana. What's going on, Diana? We've got Justin. We have Christian. We have Nick, Log Hard 2020. We got Brian, and we have M80. What's going on? Okay, so I think Joe is coming on to talk about a couple of our topics today, and then if he's the only one, we'll call it a wrap, and we will set the next challenge for whoever wants to win, or for whoever wants to win the contest for today's live. I will tell you guys the challenge. Have I thought of it yet? No, but I will while we're talking to Joe. Let's see. Mr. Joe, add to stream. Joe, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
How's it going, Mr. Joe? What do you got for us today?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, back in the 80s, what we had was deregulation. And as far as I'm concerned, what I would call it at that time is that the JIPOs came into effect. See, before, basically, we're all making the same type of money.
Hmm.
But then when deregulation hit, all those trucking companies started undercutting everybody.
Uh,
See, and like I worked for a company at that time that we were a contract drivers. So we
gotcha.
hauled for some of the biggest companies, uh, mainly food companies, uh,
Mhm.
all over the United States. So we haul like for Best Foods, General Mills, Quaker Oats, Yoplait Yogurt,
Right.
Thomas English Muffins, just big companies like that who didn't want to have be in the trucking business. So we would haul their products, putting their names on our trucks.
Hmm.
So people just thought that they were their trucks, but it was basically our company hauling for them. Plus, we had a fleet of tankers that hauled, had most of the milling companies in Southern California
Hmm.
and hauled sugar, flour, plastics, just all kinds of different stuff that you could haul in a tanker.
Right.
And we were doing pretty good. But after deregulation, they all started coming in and totally undercutting our prices. So we lost a lot of those accounts.
Hmm.
So I saw the writing on the wall. So I said, I'm going somewhere else. So I quit, and I was number two in seniority after 16 years with this company. And I always thought I would retire from them because it was a really good family company.
Hmm.
So even the owner came, he says, "Hey, I think you heard you're thinking of quitting." I said, "Yeah." He says, "Oh, you'll never do that." 3 weeks later, I gave my resignation and I went to ABF Freight. So then I started hauling freight.
Hmm.
And although we did haul into a lot of the market warehouses, but a lot of them was just, pick up and delivery for ABF Freight, which is probably, as far as I'm concerned, the best company out there to work for.
Hmm.
And, they treat their employees good. Again, I always worked union jobs. So we made, good money. We didn't lose wages. We just didn't get as much on our next contracts. So we didn't lose what we were making. Then, um, later on, we still ended up making pretty decent money. I
Hmm.
think that the owner operators got hurt a lot more, you
Right.
know, because rates went way down, and it affected those guys. But after years, most of those companies that I call the JIPO companies
Hmm.
went out of business. They couldn't work for what they were charging. So they had to get out of the business, So things then started getting a little better, at least for us union workers. We were making really good money at the time. And I know a lot of truck drivers, they complain about the unions and, then we got to pay union dues.
Right.
But after 32 years before I retired the first time, I added up all the union dues that I paid. And I had been a Teamster since I was 17 years old. And it amounted to under $15,000. Okay. I got that money back
Hmm.
with 4 paychecks from the union. So I've been retired from them 20 years. Okay. So that's almost 20 years worth of profit that they pay me so I don't have to work.
Wow.
Now, I bet you a lot of the owner operators will never have saved up that kind of money on their own for their retirement. And then we had NAFTA come in, which screwed over a lot of the companies also. So that made a big difference. But yet the big companies like ABF, they're strong companies. They did not go out of business. Although a lot of union companies went out of business, like CF and numerous companies
Right. Right.
that were big trucking companies, before Sterling, Clipper. I mean, there was so many. Braswell, a lot of those companies couldn't stand business after that. But like I say, ABF was really good. Then I retired the first time when I was only 51 years old,
Hmm.
and I took 11 years off, and enjoyed myself, my family and I was able to spend a lot of time with my grandkids who played a lot of travel ball. So
Right.
I was able to go with them and do a lot of stuff with them. Then when I turned 62, my wife had her own career. So she decided she had retired when the economy was down
Mm.
back in 207, 208 and on. So she went ahead and retired. And then when we turned 62, we're only a couple of months apart in age.
Hmm.
She said, I want to take my Social Security at 62. I said, well, go ahead. You know, I says, I'm going to wait. But I did at that time check into my Social Security. Well, what happened because I retired so young, they were going to ding me about $850 a month if I went ahead and took it. But since I had worked since I was 13 years old, it just really got me mad. And I just kept thinking about it and I did all the calculations on it. How much money over time would I lose? And due to the fact that almost nobody in my family has ever died under 90 years old,
Wow.
I just based it on I'll probably live till I'm in my 90s.
Hmm.
So at that point, the calculation turned out that I would lose $450,000 in Social Security money over all that time.
Wow.
So then I decided, you know what, I'm just going back to work. I mean, I'd never stopped working because there was something wrong with me. I just was able to do it and
Right.
had the finances to be able to do it.
Right.
So I took a job uh, 2 days a week, part time.
Hmm.
And then after about a year, I went to 3 days a week, part time. But with this company, they had 12 trucks that went over the road,
Hmm.
and I was the only local driver they had.
Hmm.
Okay. So then in 2018, I was, 66. So I retired again because then at that point, just for the fact that I worked part time, my Social Security went from would have been 1,500 a month to 2,500 a month. So that was a big difference. And
Yeah.
then this year we just got a big raise. So now I'll earn 31,000 a year in Social Security money,
Oh, wow.
which a lot of people don't even earn that working all the time, plus the money I make from the job. But since I retired, the company always calls me whenever there's something special they need done or they're just super busy. And I'm just the kind of guy that could never say no. But I love what I do. I'm
Right.
70 years old and I'm still out there. I don't work every day. I mean, I'm off quite a bit, but I still put in my share of time. And I'll run all over the place. I'll run back east wherever the loads need to go.
Hmm.
Or if they have something special, just like 2 months ago, they had a truck that had been in an accident in the snow since January of last year. So they were just having a lot of issues getting that thing fixed or getting it sold. So they asked me, hey, would you go pick that truck up for us? I said, sure. He said, so we have a whole towing uh, a mechanism that hooks up to a fifth wheel. So I
Right.
bobtailed with that all the way to Kansas City and picked up that truck. See, and most guys wouldn't do that. They said, no way, I'm not doing that. And but I do whatever. I never have a problem. That's why I've always done good in trucking because I'll do anything and everything and never complain about it, you know. So basically, I'm still working. Well, this last year, 2022, I've put in maybe 6 months, but again, I'm working part time, you know. But I take care of the company; they take care of me really well.
Yeah.
I told you what I was making the other day, so they take good care of me, and I'm going to keep doing it as long as I can physically do it, because I like it. If I didn't like it, of course, I don't have to do it. Just like now, I don't have to work, and that's what makes it nice because I can just work when I want to. And they'll always call me and say, hey, do you want to do this? Can you do this? Or say I get bored, I'll just call them. I say, hey, hook me up with a load. Oh, right
Right.
away. Okay, come on in. You can go wherever you want to, you
Right.
know? So it's just good to have that type of situation, you know.
Yeah.
And when I first retired, a lot of my trucking buddies said, "Man, as soon as I retire, I'm getting rid of my license." I said, "That's the dumbest thing you could do because you never know when you may have to go back to work. You know,
Yeah.
something goes wrong financially, you may need to go back to work. You know, so I've always kept my license, and I'm in pretty good health. As a matter of fact, today or tomorrow, I'm going to take my DOT physical again. I'm due,
Okay.
but I've never had an issue. But you know, wages like just like right now, wages what owner operators are making is way down.
Yeah,
You
for sure.
know, in comparison. Now I don't have to worry working for somebody about getting the loads, maintaining the truck. Basically, all I do is actually drive the truck and open the back doors,
Gotcha.
and that's it. Because usually when I come in, it's already hooked up for me, and I just take off.
Right.
But I know it's tough out there. I feel sorry for those guys. They're losing so much money right now. But it's our government that ends up doing it to us.
Mhm.
Just like look at all the regulations. And I realize a lot of the regulations are because of the mega truck drivers or companies. They get their
Right.
lobbyists and they
Mhm.
make up all kinds of rules that don't need to be in effect. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I've also been very lucky, but I consider myself a professional and I work that way. Even at 70, I'm not embarrassed to get out and take a look at where I'm backing into,
Mhm.
to make sure I'm not going to hit anyone. I'll do those kind of things. It's for my safety, you
Right.
know. And
Absolutely.
yet I've never been involved in any major accidents. I've had a few fender benders, but most
Right.
of them weren't even my fault. The ones that were my fault is usually me being in a really tight space and scratching the car with a lug nut, because it was so tight to get in. But as far as a real accident, I've never had one, and I've had one moving violation in 50 years. And that one
Yeah.
really wasn't even my fault.
Right.
You
Yeah. You
know,
told me about
I
that.
just didn't want to hassle with it and go somewhere to court just to fight a ticket, So
Yeah.
that's it. I just let it go. I paid the price. That was it. But yeah, you got to watch out for yourself
Hmm.
out there. And if they're not paying you good, quit. There's so many companies that are hiring, just quit and go somewhere else.
I
A lot of it depends on your attitude as a truck driver. My
okay.
attitude is I'll do everything and anything, and I'm worth the big bucks. You know, um, and that's how you got to look at it. You have to have the confidence in yourself.
Hmm.
And I find that a lot of truck drivers don't have that confidence to say, "Hey, I'll go to another place that pays better money,
Right.
And there's
Right.
plenty of companies out there that are good companies that pay excellent money. You just got to find them out. Where are you? As a matter of fact, the company that I put in 16 years with, they were called Keeney Truck Lines out of Maywood, California.
Hmm.
And I used to see them all over the place and couldn't figure out, where they were located. And they ended up actually being located in the a General Mills company. They had a shop in there, and that's where they kept their trucks. And
Right.
so I just called them on the phone. I says, "Well, I'm looking for a job." I says, "Where are you located?" And the guy told me, "We're in General Mills warehouse over there." So I got the job basically over the phone because he says, "What kind of driving do you do?" I said, "Well,
Uh-huh.
I run out of town. I'll haul anything. I haul doubles." He says, "You haul doubles?" He says, "You got a job. Come on in." Because he had one account that had doubles, and none of the guys in the company wanted to haul doubles. It was maybe two guys, and he
Yeah.
needed more. So I got the job right away, you know. But like I say, it's a lot of drivers that I hear complaining, they got to get out there and find better work.
Okay.
And
Hmm.
there's
You might have cut out there, Joe. You still hear me?
typically you can write your own check. You can work the max hours every day if that's what you want to do.
Right.
I know they cut it down as far as like when I was working, you could put 16 hours a day in. So,
Mhm.
if you want to make money, you put the 16 hours a day. There's plenty of work to do it, you know.
Right.
So it's just a matter of a lot of guys, believing in themselves that they could do the job, you know.
Yeah. Well, Joe, I think that you've really, kind of laid it all out there. That, you know, obviously it is, or, from back in the 80s until now, I think the biggest difference was all the regulations and mega carriers that came over the industry. And, like you were saying, a lot of people didn't know how to adapt to that. They just thought, oh, my hands are tied. This is just what being a
Right,
truck driver is. You get screwed, you get money taken out from under your butt, and this is just how it is. And maybe, over time, that was just kind of the culture. They saw truck driving as like, oh, as long as it's consistent, and then they didn't worry about, oh, how much money am I making? But what you're saying is
right.
that have confidence in yourself, and there's good work out there. And golly, if a lot more truck drivers, I'm sure there's plenty out there that do it, but maybe
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
the way.
There's a lot of guys that operate just the way I do.
Yeah.
There's plenty, especially from our area, our era of driving. I started driving in 1973,
Yep.
and there's a lot of guys that I know that we put in billions of miles with no accidents.
Yep. Yeah.
And we keep going, but you've got to learn how to take care of yourself out there. You know, it's a could be a tough business. But one thing, when you haul food, there'll always be work.
Right. Right.
People got to eat. Just like when COVID hit, I hadn't been working for a while, so right away they started calling me. Hey, you got to come in and help us out. And the company now has got probably about 70 drivers, and from 12 trucks, they've probably got near 100 trucks, and they still call me to come and bail them out. That's
Yeah.
what the funniest thing is for me. They're still calling me all the time, you know. But there's a way to make really good money in trucking, you know. And sometimes what drivers need to understand is, to build wealth, it's not always the money that you make in trucking that you could say, well, I'm just going to retire on that and that's it. It's all about what do you do with the money you've been making in trucking. If you
Right.
invest it properly, you're going to have money when you retire. You
Right.
know, it's just you gotta spend it wisely. A lot of people want that fancy car right away and stuff when they start making decent money. Forget it. As a matter of fact, check this out. I have a 2000 Mazda B2500 pickup truck.
Yep.
Okay, I'm still driving it today. It's 23 years old, and I still drive that truck. And people,
Oh,
don't you
man.
want a new truck? I says, no, this one's paid for. It doesn't give me any trouble. I says, I
Yep.
get asked almost once a week if I want to sell it. But, I keep driving it. Now, I make sure my wife always has a good car, you
Right.
know. But as far as for me, I'm still driving that 23-year-old truck. And
Yeah.
before that, I had a Honda that I drove for 17 years.
Hmm.
So just imagine how much money I save from not wasting my money buying cars, you
Joe,
know.
yeah, I'm the same way as you, man. That's how I am with the cars. So managing your money is just as important as making your money. And
Oh, yeah, exactly.
yeah, you spoke very well on that. Man, I wish you the best of luck in the rest of your career. I hope that this mindset that you have and that you've built over your 50 years in trucking can reflect onto the younger drivers of the industry. And for drivers just to remember, man, it's all about me. It's about my attitude. It's about my work ethic. And know your self worth. Know that you're worth more
Exactly.
than getting your money taken right from under you. So I really
Yeah.
appreciate this, Joe.
But one thing I will say is that I comment a lot on other truckers, and you'd be surprised all the younger people that put me down and say,
Wow.
"Oh, you're too old for working. What are you doing working? You shouldn't be working at your age. You're too damn old." I says,
Wow.
"Hey, I'm in good condition. I'm probably in better condition than you are, and I'm going to work until the day I can't work, you
Right.
know? And again, I don't work full time, so it's not
Yeah.
like I'm out there every day, you know? But
Yeah.
yeah, no, a lot of the young guys, they just, they rag on me all the time. But again, a lot of the reason the trucking industry is the way it is these days is because of the younger truck drivers. And
Right.
that's what I get knocked on also. So like this one guy lately, he says, oh, it's the old drivers that have screwed up the trucking industry. I says, no, we put in the hours, we drove our butts off, and you never saw the regulations that are in today. I said, you
Right.
guys are on your phones, you're not paying attention to what's going on.
Mhm.
You can be on the freeway and there's a lane that you're in ending. You got your blinker on for a long ways, and truck drivers won't even let you get over. Why? Because they're not paying attention. They're on their phone, they're texting, and they just don't pay attention to what's going on. You
Yeah.
know, and it causes a lot of accidents.
Mhm.
Just like I don't know if you saw the one that Alex put out last
Mhm.
night, where a
Mhm.
truck driver hit a car. And what was going on, there was an accident on a bridge, and they were actually uh, taking care of that accident up there. And this guy was paying attention, looking up at the accident, probably. Okay.
Right.
And he slams right into the cop car. The cop was partially in the lane,
Yeah.
but he slammed right into that cop car and destroyed it.
Yeah.
So for some reason, he wasn't paying attention to what he was doing. And
Mhm.
the law says also, if there's someone broke down to your right, it's your responsibility now. And there's signs all over the country. Move over to your left if you can, you know. And if there's someone coming up on me, I'll put my blinker on anyway and just get over as far as I can to my left without getting in that guy's way, you
Right.
know.
Right. Yep.
Or another thing, one thing that really gets me is you could be going down the road and there's hardly no traffic. There's no one way in front of you, and you see one truck coming up behind you, and they're in the next lane. They're not even in your lane. But the minute they get past you, it's like they want to take your front fender off. Nobody out in front, they can't go a while and then move over. They got to move over and almost take your fender off.
Right.
You
Right.
know, that is absolutely ridiculous. But I find that when I see those guys coming like that, I always look, and it's always a younger driver,
Mhm.
you know, and that's just that it's ridiculous. Why do they need to cut you off that way? And I know in my truck, the minute that happens, it starts yelling out, "You're too close, back off, back off." Well,
Mhm.
that's not my fault that the guy cut me off,
Yeah.
you know, but the truck is telling you that, you know, and I don't know. I'm on the Samsara uh, ELD, and I know that it scores you.
Mhm.
And a lot of times the company will send out, or even on that, no, it's on that, where you can check and it shows you what you're doing in comparison to other drivers in your company that are doing the same thing.
Right.
And I always register like at the minus. Like I'm the worst driver in the company. I'm always low, and they got me in the red,
Mhm.
because situations like that other drivers cause, but it makes you look bad because
Mhm.
it looks like you're tailgating.
Right.
And as far as the speed limiters, I'm the kind of guy that I'm going to go as fast as the truck will go, but I'm not reckless about it. You know, I could be doing 70 and CHP's right next to me. They don't pull you over as long as you're not driving reckless. You're staying in your lane, but you've got the space to be able to be doing that kind of speed. You know, I mean, there
Mhm.
are some cops that will pull you over, but my experience is that most of them don't pull you over. So
Mhm.
again, it's a tough world out there right now in trucking. But again, have confidence in yourself. If your company's
Absolutely.
treating you like crap, they're not paying you, just quit. You don't have to work for them. You
Mhm.
know, just go somewhere else.
Right.
So that's my 2 cents. after
All
50
right.
years of driving.
Man, Joe. Hey, yeah, I hope that, like I said, reflects on a lot of younger drivers. Maybe that's
Yeah,
maybe that's it. I mean, we'll just kind of see how the industry moves forward. Hopefully, the rates start going back up, and a lot
yeah,
of the stuff that you said today, I really hope that gets in the mind of young drivers. So, I
yeah.
really
And
appreciate
this is another thing that they should look at. In the old days, there was just camaraderie between drivers.
yeah,
You see a guy broke down, you pull over. Hey, buddy, you okay? What's going on? Didn't make any difference if you were a company driver or an owner operator.
yeah,
Guys took care of themselves. They looked out for each other. Today, it's just cutthroat, man. It's all about me and screw you. You know, that's another big problem in the trucking industry right
yeah.
now.
That's
You
a
know,
sad reality, man. I agree with you. Well,
yeah, absolutely. But it
hopefully things
doesn't
keep
stop me
on.
from being out there.
Yeah. Hopefully things
Anyway,
keep on moving up, man. And Joe, yeah, we appreciate you coming on the show. Let's I think we're headed to Too Tall next. So
yeah, take
Mr.
care,
Joe,
guys.
thank you so much. I appreciate you, sir.
Yeah.
All righty, guys. Yeah, if you guys were just tuning in, that was Mr. Joe Rubakavla. He was just telling us kind of his takes on owner operator authorities and working for companies, working under the authorities of leasing on to companies. So, yeah, he had a lot of really good insights. Like I said, he's been in the trucking industry for 50 years. So, that is definitely someone to pay attention to. And, for all you younger drivers out there, Joe's talking about his mindset and how he felt he had to rediscover his worth and not let all these regulations and all these mega carriers come in and just completely take over the industry. So once again, Joe, we appreciate you, man. So now we are headed to Mr. Too Tall. Looks like he's always got something exciting to say. Mr. Too Tall, can you hear me, sir? I can't hear you. I can't hear you, buddy. Yeah, I'm still not getting anything. Let's see. You can't hear me either? You can hear me. I can't hear you. Here, let me try to re-add you. I just re-added you. Can I hear you now? I don't know. Is your microphone enabled? Maybe not. Oh, well, now you're. Yeah, that is weird, man. Let me see. No, yeah, I don't think the whole stream can hear you. What's going on? Try to unmute yourself one more time, Too Tall. It says you're muted on your microphone. Let me put the. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. I can't hear you. Shoot. So you can hear me, but everybody comments in the stream. Can you hear Too Tall? I can't hear him, so. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. He's going to try to rejoin, I think. Maybe he's going to try to rejoin. We'll see. What's going on, everybody? Let me check in on the comments real quick. Maybe Mr. Too Tall will join back. Let's see. Gotta love truck drivers. We can talk. I'm the same way. Yeah, yes, sir, Log Holler. Tim Koger. Okay, nobody could hear him. I think he'll try to jump back in here. Maybe we'll hear him this time. If not, maybe he'll come on tomorrow or something. Let's see. Yeah, you guys were saying that Joe's stories were crazy. Lodi Logistics says I can't hear him. Gotta love rubbernecking. Someone said gotta love rubbernecking. Tim said he's back. Welcome back, Tim. You had a phone call. No problem, brother. Audio, no audio. All right. Well, Mr. Too Tall, maybe we could try again tomorrow. Maybe we could try again tomorrow. Okay. Can hear you, not him. Well, Too Tall, maybe we'll bring you on tomorrow. We'll see what the, I know, Mr. Too Tall always has something to say, man. You know, he's another experienced veteran truck driver. So we will see what tomorrow has in store for Mr. Too Tall, if he can join, if we can hear him or whatnot. Okay, guys. So the challenge for today, our giveaway contest for today, I have a really fun one. So as you guys can see, this little Bart logo in the corner, that is called Bart. So what we're gonna do, he should make sure he hits the unmute button. I think he hit the unmute button. So guys, the contest for today, if you guys are interested in winning a free Big Rig Tees shirt or hat, here's the contest. So I'm gonna have all you guys send me an email. Whoever can hand draw our Bart logo right up here. Whoever can hand draw it the best. I know I'm definitely not an artist, and maybe some of you guys are. We'll just see. So you truck drivers, see who can hand draw the BRT logo or the Bart logo the best, and I will pick a winner, and that person will win a free Big Rig T-shirt or hat of their choice. That is going to wrap up today's show, everybody. Hopefully you guys were on here, listening to what Joe had to say about his 50 years in truck driving, and how, how the industry's changed and how it's affected him, how it's affected owner operators and company drivers and all that. I love that you guys are coming in here every day, hanging out, chatting. Some of you guys are joining the stream. We're having a lot of fun with this show, and I continue to make it better and better for you guys. So one more time, truck drivers, I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for moving America. And once again, the contest for the day to win a free Big Rig T-shirt. See if you can hand draw the BRT logo the best. So yeah, we'll go ahead and sign off. Thank you, truckers. We will see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central.